A Korean festival without Korean students. A taste of Korea for Korean adoptees. New Zealand's bicycle safety policies. 34-year-old taekwondo athlete achieves long-held Olympic dream. Ice dancer Han Seung-yeon dreams big. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, 정세미. Hungary recently hosted a very unique competition. It was none other than a grave digging contest. 18 pairs competed to see who could dig a hole 200 centimeters long, 80 centimeters wide, and 160 centimeters deep the fastest. The contest organizers say that the event is meant to improve the image of grave digging and to draw in more diggers in an era when a growing number of people opt for cremation. The winning pair was a local team and dug a hole to size in 34 minutes. There are so many unique things to try out in the world. Well, find one that piques your interest and try it out. Now on that note, let's start with our first story of the day. An elementary school in Melbourne, Sydney held a festival during which students could experience Korean culture. However, that very same school has no Korean students. So why did such an event take place there? Let's find out more.
Australian children are on stage performing 꼭두각시, a traditional children's dance in colorful hanbok. The audience can't take their eyes off their cute dance. This is Tado, a Korean tea ceremony experience. The Korean green tea these children try conveys the deep taste of nature. These are scenes from Korea Day, an event held at St. Bridget's Primary School in Melbourne, Australia.
The children experienced today, and they were very good. They were able to sit quietly and in a meditative way and to follow the instructions and enjoyed. Many of them said they enjoyed.
It was really fun because it's something different we've done because we haven't done anything like this before at our school.
This elementary school has been teaching Korean the longest among other schools in Melbourne. It has been offering Korean as a foreign language for 15 years, but it's their first time holding an event like Korea Day.
Well, our students can learn lots of things through their interaction with their Korean teacher, whether it be language or different understandings of culture, but today is about experiencing culture. So for us, it's a very important activity to have.
Lee Chae-soon, who has been teaching Korean for the past 6 years here, played a big part in bringing this event together. Lee is the only Korean in the school and choreographed the traditional 사물놀이 and 꼭두각시 performances, preparing for over 6 months.
일주일에 한 번씩 하는 한국어 시간에는 저희 한국 문화에 대해서 전혀 많은 것을 보여줄 수가 없어서 한 번 한국의 날을 했으면 좋겠다. 아이들한테 우리 한국의 좋은 것을 많이 보여줄 수 있는 기회를 갖고자 계획을 했습니다.
The inaugural Korea Day came to a successful end, and the school plans to hold this event annually from now on.
Now moving on to our next story. Home-cooked food represents familial love and affection. Korean adoptees living in San Francisco, California have gathered to enjoy some home-cooked Korean dishes and to learn more about their heritage. Let's take a closer look.
A group of people gathered at a house one Saturday afternoon. They all have one thing in common. They are Korean adoptees who came to the United States at a young age. They have gathered here to cook and enjoy Korean food together.
I'm here because I'm trying to learn new recipes. I do cook Korean food at home.
Today they will tackle steamed fish with bean sprouts and haemulpajeon, or Korean seafood pancakes. They're more accustomed to Western dishes, but they're serious about learning how to cook food from their homeland. 10 adoptees took part in today's cooking class.
이 사람들이 자기네 뿌리를 찾고 싶어하고 또 자기가 태어난 나라가 어느 나라인지 더 알고 싶어하니까 음식으로라도 더 알고 싶어하고 그러니까는 얼마든지 이런 걸 도와드려야죠.
This cooking class was organized by the Association of Korean Adoptees in San Francisco, which was established in 1994. The 300 Korean adoptees who are part of this association have organized numerous events related to Korea, including celebrations of Korean holidays.
They have an innate sense of pride about being Korean, even though they don't know much about their homeland. They have a fierce pride about being Korean. So these type of activities are very, very important.
It is time to try out what they have cooked. Through this experience, they realize that they aren't alone.
We as a group are trying to help and connect all other adoptees in our area, and if other cats happen to come into this area, we try to introduce them and let them know that they're not alone.
They all have their own story of how they came to the United States. They plan to reach out to Korea through various events like this one in the future.
Our next story takes us to New Zealand. New Zealand, which is home to 2,500 kilometers of bicycle paths, had a high mortality rate for bicycle riders at one point in time. However, as the government promoted bicycle safety, New Zealand successfully reduced the number of accidents. Let's find out more about the country's bicycle safety policies.
This is a bicycle path that follows the Tamaki River, which flows through Auckland, New Zealand. Pedestrians and cyclists share this path, and one man parks his bicycle-pulled wagon loaded with free drinks. Cyclists pull up to the side for a drink, and the man gives out bicycle bells.
And we're just encouraging people to use the bells when they're on their bikes. So if you're walking along the path, you hear a bell behind you, you can move over and let them pass.
This man is an official from Auckland Transport, which is responsible for the transportation infrastructure. The bells are a warning signal for cyclists to pay more attention to pedestrians. This is one of the many policies aimed at making Auckland the world's bicycle capital, and there are various safety promotions going on. Last year, cyclists were given lamps to attach to their bicycles in an effort to reduce the number of accidents that take place during long winter nights.
The paths generally get between 10,000 and 80,000 users a year, so they're getting quite busy. And if you're on the road, there's rules for the road and you have the police, but if you're just on a path like this, there's no rules and no police.
In November of last year, Auckland Transport organized a market for used bicycles. It was designed to reduce the number of accidents by offering officially inspected safe bicycles for first-timers. This program was well received as residents could buy fully functional used equipment at a low price.
People want cheap bikes in Auckland, but often cheap bikes mean that they're not safe bikes. And that you get a good cheap deal, but you also have a safe, roadworthy bike.
Auckland Council, the city government, also created bicycle paths that cross Auckland. Thanks to the trail, tourists can easily travel through New Zealand on bicycles. To attract more tourists, Auckland Council places importance on creating a safe environment and changing people's preconceptions.
It's only been open for a couple of months and we're expecting our 100,000th rider on that in a couple of weeks. Safety message to make sure everyone feels safe and confident riding their bikes. But really it's just about getting out and having fun. And that's what we want to do. We want people to get out, have fun, be healthy and enjoy beautiful days like this on their bikes.
The city's efforts to draw in tourists with safety campaigns are adding to New Zealand's popularity as a tourism destination.
Staying in New Zealand, the 2016 Summer Olympics is drawing near, and most countries will have a final list of national athletes who will be representing their nations at the Olympics. One taekwondo athlete from New Zealand has made her dream of representing her country at the Olympics come true at the age of 34. Let's take a closer look.
A national taekwondo competition took place in Rotorua, New Zealand, known as the center of Maori culture. New Zealand's taekwondo fans are gathering at one side of the venue. They're here to see 34-year-old Andrea Kilday, who will be making her Olympic debut this coming summer.
Now that she's going to the Olympics, she's very important. Everyone's coming up to her, asking her for pictures and autographs, and we're just so proud of her. She's come so far.
Kilday began learning taekwondo at the age of 9 and finally got the chance to represent New Zealand at the Olympics 25 years later. People of New Zealand all laud her because it cost her many trials and tribulations to get a ticket to the Olympics.
There's been times when I've had lots of ups and downs and struggles and sacrifices, but I just kept on going and I finally made it. So it's been my goal, and I finally made the Olympics, and yeah, dreams come true, so it's fantastic.
Kilday was once selected to represent New Zealand in 2005. However, given the lack of popularity of taekwondo, Kilday had to let go of the opportunity when she was asked to cover all costs for international competitions. However, she never gave up and took up fundraising events and was able to take part in the 2015 Pacific Games, where she won New Zealand's first gold medal at that time.
돈이 좀 안 따라서 저도 이제 지도자로서 좀 마음이 좀 불편했는데, 그래도 마지막으로 이번에 열심히 해줘서 이렇게 좋은 결과를 가져오게 돼서 저도 마음이 참 편하고.
As her story spread, Taekwondo New Zealand, the nation's Taekwondo Association, announced that it would support Kilman to the fullest. She still has more obstacles to overcome, but she spares no effort in preparing for what may or may not be her last ever Olympics.
I just want to be the best taekwondo player that I can be. On my own self, so I'm not fighting like someone else, so just do what I can do.
It's time for our last story of the day. When it comes to Korean ice skating, figure skater Kim Yeon's success on the world stage, many Koreans became familiar with ice skating. Now, a 13-year-old Korean expatriate hopes to emulate Kim Yeon's success in Canadian ice dancing. Let's meet ice dancing rising star Han Seung-yeon.
Waltz music fills this ice rink in Waterloo, Canada. Two adolescents elegantly glide over the ice in sync to the music. Holding hands, they spin around and around. And the male partner effortlessly lifts his female partner, a technique mostly seen among adult ice dancers. They are the winning team of Canada's largest ice skating competition's novice dance category held earlier this year. Han Seung-yeon and Grayson Lockhead.
정말 좋았어요. 믿기지가 않아갖고 너무 벅차서 눈물도 날 뻔했어요.
Han's talents lie in high-level lift techniques. As she weighs less than other ice dancers of similar height, Lockhead, her male partner, has plenty of leeway in executing lifts. Han is also well known for her ever-present smile when she is on the ice rink.
다른 선수 엄마가 승현이 스케이트 하는 걸 보면서 자기도 모르게 웃는 거예요. 웃으면 너무 사랑스럽게 이렇게 웃으면서 행복한 웃음을 지으면서 저보고 승현이의 미소는 너무 예쁘다고 말할 때가 제일 좋거든요.
Oh, she's great. She's everything I need. Great partner. She makes me feel happy when I'm sad.
Han easily got sick when she was younger, so she never took part in physical activities. However, when she tried skating for the first time at the age of 7, she enjoyed it so much that scars would not hold her back. She felt the happiest when she was gliding over ice, so her mother decided to let her study abroad in Canada. Han briefly studied single figure skating in Vancouver, where former Korean skater Kim Yeona trained, but came across ice dancing 4 years ago in Waterloo.
다른 스케이팅보다 훨씬 더 음악과 해서 음악이랑 같이 스케이팅하는 댄스하는 그게 좋고요. 그리고 파트너가 있어서 대회 나갔을 때 긴장도 덜 되고.
Han is disappointed that such a fun sport as ice dancing is not well known in her native country of Korea. She dreams of bringing ice dancing to Korea in the future and getting more people involved.
모든 운동선수 꿈처럼 다 올림픽 1등 하는 거고요. 그거 말고는 잘해서 김연아가 스케이팅을 대중화시켰듯이 저도 아이스 댄스를 한국에서 대중화시키고 싶어요.
Han is making a steady progress towards her dream. With the International Skating Union Grand Prix of figure skating coming up in August, Han is practicing hard to win a spot at the Grand Prix.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. Recently, we brought you word about a competition for cell phone numbers. This time, an auction for car number plates took place in Sharjah, the United Arab Emirates. One Emirati businessman paid $4.9 million for a car number plate that says number 1. The businessman, Arif Ahmed Al-Zaroni of Sharjah, the third most prosperous sheikhdom, has said that his ambition is always to be number 1. And it looks like he got the car number plate that symbolizes his ambition. Now, Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.